Right. Shalom, Yabashim Shabrakatah, Yabashim Alatabashim Yabashah to the sisters. It's the Isupk Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Home, New York. Come on now. One second. And this is the Isupk Goldsboro Sabbath service. Now we're going to start off by bringing up the first reader. As we go through the Sabbath service, I'm going to announce the procedures or the protocols of the Sabbath service. 1 second. We're having trouble streaming Facebook. I removed it. However, we don't have all the necessary equipment to go over the Sabbath service in the complete correct way. However, we will still practice the traditions, and I'll be announcing the things that we should do. So just bear with us and follow along as best as possible. So first, we would, of course, sound the trumpet. Seeing as if we don't have a trumpet, I'm going to call it the first priest, the first reader. Select it. You can state your registry.
Ma'asha ban Yahawah, ban Yasha Allah.
Ma'asha ban Yahawah, ban Yasha Allah.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh
Yahweh Shem Yahweh. You would just come on. Usually we would get the wine. Okay, we don't have the wine right now. Here we would blow the horn again, right? And we would grab the scroll, and then we would commence to the prayers. You have the prayers on your phone?
Come on, guys. All right, which one? Start with Lord's Prayer, sir. All right. Wapaya Kadam, which means stand, turn, face the east. We'll start with the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kadash, Ayah, Shamka, Yahweh, Malakuka, Saba'ah, Ratazakah, Ayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayo, Nathaniel, Lakam, Call, Yawom, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawaf Yanawa, Wahla'a, Taba'a Yanawa, Banasaya one, Abo, Habashinawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wahala, Wahatapara, La Ayawalayam, Aman.
In the English, our
Father,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
We're going to go to prayer for the power.
It's the prayer for the power. Hakak.
Oh, that's like that.
Yeah, come. Yahweh Bashim. Yahweh Shabbat Nathaniel. Hakak. Larapa. Kal Ma'alka. Wakal Madawa. Hakak. Lata'ar. Ha. Matazarium. Hakak. Lakoyum. Hamatayum. Hakak. Al Rakawat. Ha Kawat. How Rakawat. Mahatamai Hamat Allah.
Hatama'ala.
Lagarashan.
Lagarashan.
Bashim.
Ba'ashem.
Yavasha.
Yahweh.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
The power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to raise the dead.
The power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean spirits.
The power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Play for destruction. Or the
Curses? Or the
no, it's not the curses.
it's like
The
some
blessings. So
some okay. The blessings. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatha Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Yahweh Shah.
Wa Maki Allah.
Wa Makiala.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazabah.
Matazabah.
Allah wa Yahana.
Alawak Yahana.
Ha Alawapyu.
Alawapim.
Ha Asaranyim.
Ha Asiranyim.
Ha Kwatazaganyim.
Ha Kwatazayoyim.
Ha Koyoyoyim.
Ha Koyayoyim.
Ha Akwathim.
Ha Aquafium.
Yahweh Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahan.
Commanding General Yahan. The general.
The captain.
The captain.
The
The officers.
troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Now, Psalms chapter 121.
Okay. The book of Psalms, this is Psalm 121. Ashai Ayanya.
Aisha Ayan.
Al Harayim.
Al-Harayim.
Mayan.
Ma'ayah.
Yabah.
Yabah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah.
Isaiah Mine.
Isaiah Mine.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratza.
Rawatazah.
Al Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Ragalaka.
Regalka.
Al Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Anah.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shamawah.
Shamawah.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamakah. Shamarka.
Shamarka.
La Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalaka.
Tazalka.
Aliyah.
Ayah.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yamawam.
Yamwan.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarka.
Bala'aya.
Baliaya.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashmarka.
Maka'al Rai.
Makal Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Atha Napashka.
Antana Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashmar.
Tazaza'afka.
Tata Afka.
Waba'awaka.
Wa'aka.
Ma'af.
Mayaf.
Wai.
Wa'ai.
Ilawam.
Ilawam. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes
I will lift up my eyes
unto the hills,
unto the hills,
from which cometh my help.
from which cometh my help.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade behind upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalms 82.
Kabaka, it's the book of Psalm 83.
83, sorry.
Kabaka. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Al Damaya Laka.
Al Damaya Lakah.
Al Takarash.
Al Takarash.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Wa Al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kayat Hana.
Kayat Hana.
Awayabayaka.
Awabiyaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Emaka.
Al Amaika.
Yaira Yamwa.
Ya'ara Yama.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wa Ya'atha.
Waya'atha.
Taza Ya'aita Tazwa.
Ya'aitazawa.
Al Tazawapan Waka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amarawa.
Al Morawa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Manakayadam.
Manakawadam.
Magayawa.
Magayo.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yazaka.
Yazaka.
Sha Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nai Adotawazawa.
Nawat Tazawa.
Laba,
Laba,
Yakarwa,
Yakadawa,
Ayaka,
Aleka,
Bayarath,
Bayaras,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Ahalala,
Allah,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wa Yashai,
Yashamai,
Allah Yayam, Allah Yam, select it.
Allah Yam,
Mawaba,
Mawaba,
Wa Agarium,
Agarian,
Gabal,
Gabal,
why my one,
Ma'ayawan,
why my Allah,
Ma'wallah,
Palasha,
Palashat,
I'm Yabashua,
Am Yabashu,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Ga Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Amam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Lubana Yawat,
Salah,
Selah,
Asha Laham,
Ashah Laham,
Kamayada,
Kamayada,
Kasaya Sarah,
Kasaya Sarah,
Kayabanyan,
Kayabayan,
Banaho,
Banacho,
Kawash Yawan,
Kawashwan,
Namash Nashamadawa,
Nashamadawa,
Bayan Da'ara,
Bayan Dadarai,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La'adama,
La'adama,
Shaya Asamwa,
Sha'ai Danwa,
Nada Yamawa,
Nadaya Mawa,
Kayara,
Kayara,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabach,
Wakazabach,
Wakazal Mana,
Wakazasal Mana,
Kal Nasa Yamakwa,
Kal Nasa Makawa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Aramawa,
Amara,
Naya Ara, Anaya Shah,
Naya Rash,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Atha,
Atha,
Nawath,
Nawawath,
Alahayim,
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 Shaya Asamwa,
Shaya Athamwa,
Kagalaka,
Kagalika,
Kakash,
Kakash,
Lapanya Rakha,
Lapaya Rakha,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabayra
the
Yaira,
Ibia Ira,
Wa Kalaba,
Wakalaba,
Talaat,
Dalaat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Kal Tarapam,
Khan,
Kal
the Radapama,
Tarapama, Basaya Ka,
Basari Ka,
was Wabasaka,
Wabasaka,
Wabasa, Wapapka,
Wabasra Pafka,
Saba Alam,
Dabi Alalam,
Mala'a,
Mala,
Paniam,
Panaam,
Kalawan,
Kalawan,
Waya Basakwash,
Wayam Basakwas,
Shaka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabasha,
Yabasha,
Waya Ba'al Ah,
Waya Balam,
Aya Aid,
Aya Aida,
Waya Kapara,
Waya Kapara,
Waya Abadawa,
Waya Abadwa,
Waya Dayawa,
Waya Daiwa,
Kaya Atha,
Kaya Atha,
Shika,
Shimka,
Hayahawa,
Yahawa,
Labaka,
Labaka,
Alawan,
Aliwan,
Al-Kaha, Al-Kaha,
Al-Kaha,
Aratiza.
and the English. Keep not thy silence.
Keep not thy
O
silence,
Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace,
Be not still.
and be not
O
still,
Yahweh.
O Yahweh. For lo,
Thy enemies make a turmoil.
thine enemies make a turmoil,
And they that hate thee.
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people,
And consulted
And-
against thy hidden ones.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
Come,
Come, and let us cut them off from
Let
being
us-
a nation.
let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yashar'Allah
That the name of Yasha'Allah
may be no more remembered.
may be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against
The
thee,
tabernacles of
the
Edom
tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal
Gebal,
and Ammon
and Ammon,
and Amalek
and Amalek,
the Philistines
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The sword
Assur
also
also
is joined with them.
is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Selah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
and as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
and as to Jabim,
at the brook of Kasam,
at the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb,
and like Zaed.
like Ahab,
Yea,
yea,
all their princes
all their
as
princes,
Zabah
as Zebah,
and as Zamunah,
as Zemun,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in possession.
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a will,
make them like a will,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flames setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm,
Fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
Let them be put to shame.
Let them be put to shame
and
and perish.
That men may know.
That men may know.
That thou.
Whose
name alone.
Whose name alone.
Is Yahweh.
Art
the Most High.
Art the Most High.
Over all the earth.
Over all the earth. Sar. And in BC. Sar and Yashab, which means be seated.
You can come over this way a little bit. Okay. All right. And now we're going to go back into the book of Genesis. Where do we stop off? Chapter 1 and verse?
I think 7, sir.
7?
Okay.
So we start at verse 8.
Okay. The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wayakwa Ra Alahayim Al Rakwa Ya Ya'ai Shama Ya Mo Shamayam Waya Ha Ya Ira Ba Waya Ha Ya Bakwara Bakwar Yawam Shana Ya Pa. Verse 9. Waya Aram Waya Amara Alahayim Yakwa Wawam Hamayam Mataham Hashamayam Al Mahwa Wam Athar Salaki Wathara Hayabayisha Wayahaya Khan. Verse 10. Wayakara Alahayim Ayabasha Abratazah Walam Kwawam Hamayam Quara Waya Wamayam Waya Ra Alahayim Kaya Tawab. Verse 11. Waya Amara Alahayim the Shah Ha'arataza Dasha'ah the Shah Aishab Mazariah Ayara Ayatazah Para'ayah Aisha Para'ayah Lamayana Lamaniya Wa Ashar Zara'ayah Bawa Ayla Ayr Ha'arataza Waya Ayahaya Ka. Verse 12. With the wataza ha'arataza dasha aishab mazaraya zarai lamya wa aytaza Aisha Paraya Aisha Salaki Zariah Kawa Bawa Lamaya Nahawa
那么那要我也啊，阿拉还有可呀 to wab. Verse 13. What ya ira ba what ya ba kwar yawa wom shala ye pa. Verse 14. What ya ma'ar alahayim ya ma'arath barakwai hashamayim laha ba diyal bahal diyah bayan hayam wabayan ha'alyal wahaya alasaf wala ma'aya diya wala adiyam wada Salakia wala yam washan yam. That's the last verse, sir. 14. Oh, you're going to 15. Oh, come. Verse 15. Salakia. Yahaya.
Actually, no, we stopped there.
Okay.
We started at
8. So, yeah, be 15, sir.
okay, come.
Verse 15. What Yahaya? How about what? Lama Arath. Barakwat aya. Ya I. Barakwat ya. Hashamayim. Laha Arah. Al. Ha'aratza. Waya haya Khan. Then verse 15, so
So go back to verse 8. English.
Count. The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 8 in English.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High called the firmament heaven,
Mm-hmm.
and the evening and the morning were the second day.
And the Most High called the firmament heaven. So now if we go back a couple verses, we see that the Lord is creating the earth and the stars and the sun and the two waters that are what we would call today space and the ocean. He had to separate, and he used the firmament, or he created a firmament to separate the two from each other. And he called the firmament heaven. You understand? Which is why, in the Isupk, we know from studying the scriptures that there are 3 heavens in the Bible, reference in the Bible.
Okay.
You understand? 1 being the heaven in which where the throne of the Lord is, 2 being the sea, the sky, right, where the firmament is, and 3 heaven being a condition here on earth.
That's right.
Right? And so this is the heaven of the firmament. Meaning what? When you look up into the sky and you see the stars and you see the clouds, that is heaven.
Okay.
You understand? He just said it, right? Read it one more time.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And Most High called the firmament heaven.
And the Lord called the firmament heaven. You understand? Keep going.
And the evening and the morning were the second day.
And the evening and the morning were the second day. So now the Lord, you understand, the Lord is seeing, or not seeing, the Lord has just created the earth. You understand? The land, the water, the heavens. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, if you could read that one more time over, sorry.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 8. And the Most High called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day.
So now, after this span of 1,000 years, which is what a day unto the Lord is, you understand now the angels are going out to do more work, because this, of course, took a long time. This, of course, took a very long time to create the earth, the heavens, and that firmament. You understand? And that firmament is a barrier between the waters on earth and the waters in heaven, which is why astronauts, when they use those rocket ships, The reason why it takes years and years and years for them to go back into outer space is because when they go through the space, they have to break through that firmament, and it leaves holes inside of the firmament or the ozone layer. Right. And so they have to time it to a T perfectly to go right back through where they had left off, which is why it takes a lot of time, and they're very strenuous on the timing of it because they're trying to puncture that hole right through where they punctured before. You understand? Which is also why they there's holes in the ozone layer because our oppressor is an idiot.
Right.
Understand? And he's not supposed to be doing that. But that is the proof of that firmament being there, being created, and something that they have to puncture through. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 9. And the Most High said, let the waters under the heaven.
Let the what?
Let the waters under the heaven.
Let the waters under the heaven. You understand? Keep going.
Be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear.
And let the dry land appear. So now the Lord is starting to set what? He's setting his barriers, right?
Okay.
Because the Lord isn't a man of confusion. He's setting order on the earth already here with water. You understand? He's saying the ocean is going to stay with the ocean. The lake going to stay where the lake is. The stream's going to stay where the stream is. The pond going to stay where the pond is. And this is the area in which it's going to be. And the dry land is going to be where the dry land is. And it won't overlap each other. You understand? Okay. Which is why even when you look at the ocean, you stand at the ocean and be marvel at like, why the hell ain't this water just engulfing all of the land?
Right.
You understand? The Lord is creating a barrier in which that water is going to always go back. You understand? Keep going.
And it was so. Verse 10. And the Most High called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas.
And so now he created the earth and created the seas. And again, the reference to the water being underneath the firmament is also a reason how we know that that there are water above the firmament, which is called space. You understand? Keep going.
And the Most High saw that it was good. Verse 11. And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed.
The earth bringing forth grass. So now he's putting grass onto the earth. This is how he starts to grow his vegetation on the planet. Keep going.
And the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth, and it was so. Verse 12. And the earth brought forth grass.
And so before this, all you had was just land. The land was barren. All you seen was soil, dirt, and then water. But after some time, you understand, you started to see sprouts to grow up. You started to see little grass seedlings and wheat seedlings. And then, of course, you started to see what? Fruit start to grow from this vegetation, and which its seed was inside of itself. Why was the seed inside of itself? Because when these fruit grew and they became ripe, and then they fell back onto the ground, and then they decomposed, the Lord planned for these seeds to go back into the earth and to start to grow again. You understand? Which is basically your early reincarnation. The Lord has shown many signs of this, where something will die, it'll go back into the earth, and then it'll grow back again on the earth. You understand? Of course, this isn't reincarnation. This is just how fruit grows, right? Keep going.
And the Most High saw that it was good. Verse 13. And the evening and the morning were the third day. Verse 14.
So now this is another 3,000 years that have went by. Keep going.
Well, verse 14. And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven.
Now let there be lights in the firmament of heaven. Meaning what? Now he's starting to create the stars, right? He's starting to create the things that make the light, as you understand, in the nighttime. Keep going.
To divide the day from the night.
Meaning what? When you see the stars out, you know that it's what? It's nighttime. You understand? You see the moon out, you know that it's what? Nighttime. So now you have a difference between the day and the night. You understand? Keep going.
Let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and for years. Meaning what? Now you could be able to tell when the winter is coming.
Right.
Why would you need to be able to tell when the winter is coming? Because you're going to have to harvest. You're going to have to start gathering up all your crops and start getting ready to, prepare to to go away for a while because the grass ain't gonna grow as much in the wintertime.
Right.
You understand? The apples ain't gonna grow in the wintertime. The oranges ain't gonna grow in the wintertime. So you're gonna have to start preserving some of these things in jars and things like that.
Right.
You understand? Because this is a time it's starting to see the beginning of seasons, fall. You understand? Spring, summer, winter. Right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so.
And let there be light in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth so that we can see. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. Oh, that's in verse 15, sir.
All right, now we're going back to verse 16.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 16 in the Hebrew. Waya'asha, Alahayim, Atha, Shania, Hamaratha, Hamarath, Hagadala Al, Atha, Hamara, Hagadal, Lamashalath, Hayawum, Wa'atha, Hada'ayar, Hakwata, Hakatumwana, what's like Hakwatna, Hakatna. I think that's it. Namashalath, Halayala, Wa'atha, Hakaya, Kabayam. Verse 17. Wayathan, Atham, Alahayim, Barakwaya, Hashamayim, Lahara, Ayl, Ha'arataza. Verse 18. Wala'ashal, Bayam, Habala Yalal, Wala Abba, Wala Ba'ad Al, Bayan, Ha'ara, Wabayan, Hakashara. Hakash. Wahara, Alahayim, Kaya, Tawab. Verse 19. Wayahaya, Arabah, Wayaya, Bakwa, Yawum, Rabbayaya, Pa. Verse 20. Wayamar, Alahayim, Yashamar, Yasharataziyah, Rashatazawar, Hamayam, Sharatazah, Napash, Kaya, with Pa, Yavar, Pawa, Pa, Ayl, Ha'arataza, Ayl, Panagya, Rakwa'ai, Hashamayim. Oh, come on, what? Verse 21. Wayabara, Alahayim, Atha, Hatha, Hathaninyan, Hathaninya, Hathaninyam, Hagara, Hagaralayim, Hagaraalayim, Wa'atha, Cow, Napash, Hakaya, Ha'ara, Haramashta, Ashar, Shabatazawa, Hamayam, Almanyam, Wa'atha, Kal, Irapa, Kanapa, Lamanayawa, Wayara'a, Alahayim, Kaya, Tawab. Verse 22. I think it's the last one, sir. Wayabara, Atham, Alahayim, Lamara, Parawa, Warabawa, Lamawa, Atha, Hamayim, Banyanyamon, Wa'ayopa, Yarab, Ba'arataza. Say in verse 22, sir.
All right, go back into English.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 18. And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the Most High saw that it was good.
To rule over the day and the night. You understand? Like basically that when the stars and the moon come out, it's nighttime. It ain't there isn't gonna be any, changing of that or trying to make the nighttime daytime. Ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying? When that moon come out, it's nighttime. That's right. When that sun come out, it's daytime. Ain't no denying that, right? Keep going.
Verse 19. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day.
So now there's another 4,000 years, you understand, or a span of 4,000 years that is taking place again, because it's taking a long, long time for this to happen. Keep going.
Book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 20. And the Most High said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
And now what are we seeing here? We're seeing fish, right? Fish that are being created in the oceans, right? The trout and the flounder and the shark and whatever other thing that lives down there in that ocean. You understand? And we also seeing the birds that are being created, that being formed on the earth. I don't know no names of no birds like that. The cardinal, the eagle. You understand? The falcon, the hawk. These birds that are now being are created on the earth. Keep going.
That may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Verse 21. And God created and Most High created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good.
So this is a continuation. The Lord is just creating animals. You understand? Right. Whales and dogs and wolves and birds and all kinds of things that is just starting to grow and to multiply on the earth abundantly. You understand? The ocean will be filled with whales and filled with fish and all kinds of things that, you understand, live underneath the water, and the birds the sky will be filled with birds.
That's right.
You understand? And the Lord saw this and he saw that it was good. He saw that this was a good thing. Keep going.
Verse 22. And the Most High blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. Go and grow. You understand? And that's what they did. Keep going.
And fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. Verse 23. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day.
Now that's the fifth day. Another 5,000 years. Keep going.
Verse 24. And the Most High said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creeping thing, and beast of the earth after his kind.
So now cows and bulls and oxes and deer and antelope and elk, kangaroo, you understand? Rhinoceros, hippopotamus, elephants, giraffes, lions, tigers, bears, so on and so forth. These things are now being created. You understand? And these things are going to do, like, he's starting to create the food structure in the earth. You having so many fish in the earth, you got to have something in the ocean that's going to eat the fish.
Right.
That is going to keep because of course they can't grow and grow and grow and take over the ocean. You understand? Some has to keep it under control.
Right.
You can't have a 1,000 million quadrillion deer running around. Right. So the Lord creating the lion, so that the lion can, keep that number down, right? Yeah, if you ever seen what's that movie? Lion King. Right. In the beginning, the Lion King is so wild because it's like in the beginning, it's like all the animals is coming to the Pride Rock to bow down to Simba being born or the king or whatever. But it's like real talk, you understand, the antelope get eaten by them lions. And I think there's even a part of the movie where Mufasa is telling his son, like, we eat the antelope eat something else, and they eat the grass, and the grass grows again, and the antelope come back again, and then we come back, and it's just a circle of life, man. And that's what the Lord is creating right here, and it's a beautiful thing.
That's right. And it was so. Verse 25. And the Most High made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And the Most High saw that it was good. Back to Hebrew, sir.
Yep.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 20.
And if I could, in 25, this is speaking about families, right? In the animal kingdom, in the animal world, these are families, right? So a wolf and a hyena and a dog, they're in the same family. You understand? They're not the same thing, but they're after each other's kind. You understand? You're not gonna have a hyena that's in the same family as a shark, right? Because that's not its own kind, right? And so these families they're going to do what with each other? They're going to grow and multiply with each other. You understand? They're going to live amongst each other. They're going to have some of the same habitats with each other. They're going to eat some of the same things. You understand? They're going to do some of the same things after its own kind. You understand? They're going to look like each other. Like, you're not going to find a lion or a jaguar or a black panther that's supposed to be in the cat family that hops around on two legs like a goddamn kangaroo. You understand? Because that's not the same kind of animal or beast that the Lord has created. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26 in the Hebrew. Why Amara, Alahayim, Na'ai Shah, Adam, Bataza Lamanio, Batazala Manawa, Kada Ma Watanawa, Kadana Manawa, Waya Ra Dawa, Badagath, Hayam, Waba'ai, Wapa, Barayopa, Hashamayim, Wababa Ama, Wabakal, Ha'arataza, Wabakal, Haramash, Al Harataza. Verse 27. It's taking a second to load.
Okay.
Verse 27. Wayabara Alahayim Atha Ha'adam Batazalamwa Batazalam Alahayim Bala Athawa Zakar Wanakwa Bara Atham. Verse 28. Waya Bara Atham Alahayim Waya Mar Lam Alahayim Parawa Warabawa Wama Alawa Atha Ha'arataza Wakabash Waradawa Baragath Hayam Waba'ai Waba'aywa Hashamayim Wabakal Kaya Hara Masha Ayel Ha'arataza. Verse 29. Waya Amar Alahayim Hana Nathatha Lakam Atha Kal Ashab Zabrai Ashar Al Panaya Kal Ha'arataza Wa'atha Kal Ha'ayatza Ashar Bawa Paraya Aitza Zakat Zarai Lakam Yahweh Alahai Allah. That's like it. La'akal Yahweh La'akal. It's like verse 30. Waba'al Atha Hayatha Ha'arataza Wala call I will pa Hashamayim Wala call Rawamash Ayo Ha'arataza Ashar Kawa Napash Chaya Atha Kal Yarakwa Ashabah La'akal Wayaya Khan. Verse 31 is the end of the chapter.
Okay.
Verse 31. Wayara Alahayim Atha Kal Ashar Aisha Wayana Tawab Ma'ad Wayaya Irabah Wayaya Bakwar Ya'am Hashaya, Hashashaya, Pa. Hashashaya Pa. It's like, okay. So that's the end of verse 31.
Con. Go back to
So like, I think it's verse 26.
Yeah.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26 in the English. And the Most High said, let us make man in our image.
And what?
In our image.
In our image. So you understand when it was talking about creating the beast, it said that they would make the beast and after his kind and after their kind. You understand?
Okay.
But when the Lord is talking about man, it says make man what?
In our image.
In our image, meaning in the image of the Lord himself.
That's
the
right.
image of the angels. The way that we have fingers and limbs and ears and a nose and a mouth. You understand? The angels have fingers, ears, and a nose and a mouth. You understand? The same way we do. Keep going.
After our likeness.
After what?
After our likeness.
After our likeness. You understand? And they would look like us. They would be able to move like us, walk like us to an extent. You understand? Keep going.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea.
And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea. So the Lord gave us rulership over the fish in the ocean. You understand? To do with as we please, as long as it is lawful. Keep going.
And over the fowl of the earth. The fowl of the air.
And over the fowl of the air. You understand? The birds in the sky we have rulership over. Keep going.
And over the cattle.
The sheep, the cows, the oxen, the bull. You understand? Keep going.
And over all the earth.
And over all the vegetation. You understand? To till the earth, to mold. To plant, you understand? We have dominion over all of these things.
That's right.
And with that dominion comes responsibilities. You understand? There's a certain way that we were supposed to be working these animals and working, you understand, the earth and making sure that it is kept right. You understand? Because we are in charge of it.
That's right.
Keep going.
And over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Even the snakes and the spiders and roaches, whatever. You understand? We got dominion over them. Meaning what? If you got a roach infestation in your house, is it against the law to get them out? Nah. They you don't want it. You have dominion over roaches, and you have dominion over your house. If you don't want roaches in your house, get them out. You understand? Right. No sweat. For all of those who believe in Gandhi and believe that you can't kill a roach because somehow it's a
good name.
Gandhi taught that it was a roach was somehow your aunt who passed away 3 years ago reincarnated into a body of a roach. So you can't kill it. That's nonsense. You understand? You have dominion over all the creeping things. So, get rid of it. Keep going.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Verse 27. Mm-hmm. So the Most High created man in his own image. In the image of the Most High created he him.
Simple enough. You understand? The Lord looked at himself. And then he created man after his own image. You understand? Keep going.
Male and female created he them.
And so now the Lord is creating male and female. He created he them. Again, we on the 6th day, right? Still the 6th day. Keep going.
Verse 28. Mm-hmm. And Most High blessed them. Mm-hmm. And the Most High said unto them, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. Meaning male and female are supposed to have sex with one another and then have babies. They're not supposed to be male and male or female and female or whatever the hell else combinations y'all create today. Right. That goes against what God said to do. You understand? It says to be fruitful and multiply. Keep going.
And replenish the earth.
And replenish the earth, which is why being gay is so stupid.
Right.
You understand? Being gay is a lifestyle that if everyone decided to choose tomorrow, that would mean the extinction of the human race.
No.
It's a dumb life decision. You understand?
Right.
No sweat. Keep going.
Replenish the earth and subdue it. Mm-hmm. And have dominion over the fish of the sea. Mm-hmm. And over the fowl of the earth. Mm-hmm. And over every living thing that moveth upon the earth.
This is what we're supposed to do, have rulership over all of these things. Keep going.
Verse 29. Mm-hmm. And the Most High said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed.
I have given you every herb bearing seed. Keep going.
Which is upon the face of all the earth. Mm-hmm. And every tree in the which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. Mm-hmm. To you it shall be for meat.
To you it shall be for meat, meaning the fruit that comes out of the tree is the apples, the oranges, the bananas, the coconut, the mango, the pineapple,
Okay.
watermelon, strawberry, so on and so forth. For us, this would be for food.
Right.
You understand? Meat is food, lawful food according to the Lord. Keep going.
Come. Verse 30.
Mm-hmm.
And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air,
Mm-hmm.
and to everything that creepeth upon the earth,
Mm-hmm.
wherein there is life,
Mm-hmm.
I have given every green herb for meat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so.
And meaning what? That the beasts of the earth can also do what? They can eat the vegetation
Right.
that grows from the ground. That's their food. This is how they survive, right? And it's good. Keep going.
Come. Verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
And the Most High saw everything that he had made,
Mm-hmm.
and behold,
Mm-hmm.
it was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And the evening and the morning were the sixth day.
So now we're talking about a span of another 1,000 years. Male and female had already been created. They here already.
Okay.
And they ruling over animals and eating fruit and, you understand, just tilling the earth, all the things that we just broke down as far as the dominion over the land, the sea, the air, the fowls, the creeping things, the oxen, the elk, all of the things that the Lord was giving dominion unto. These people have already started doing it, and this is the 6th day. You understand? Keep going.
Okay. That's the end of the chapter, sir.
All right, we're gonna keep going.
Okay. Okay, it's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1 in the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
Why you call it what? Hashemayim. Wahavrataza. Wakal. Tizabawam. Tizabaam. Sorry. Verse 2. Why you call Alahayim Bayawam Hashabaya Alakathwa Ashar Aisha Wayashabath Bayawam Hashabaya, Makal, slacking. Allah Kathawa, Ashar, Aisha. Verse 3. Wayabaraka, Alahayim, Atha, Yawam. Hashabaya. Wayakarash, Athawa, Kaya, Baywa, Shabath, Makal, Malakathwa, Ashar, Bara, Alahayim, La'aisha Yawath, Pa. Verse 4. Alaha, Thawala Rawat, Hashemayim, Waharatza, Baharabam, Bayawam, Aishawath, Yahweh, Alahayim, Arataza, Washamayim. Verse 5. Wakal, Shayach, Hashadah, Tarab, Yahweh, Ba'aratza, Wakal, Aishab, Hashadah, Taram, Watazam, What is a makah? What's a makah? What is a makah? Kaya, la'a, hamatawara, hamatawara, Yahweh, Allahayim, Ayel, Ha'arataza, Wa'adam, Ayan, Ayana, La'ibadad, Atha, Ha'adam. Verse 6. Wa'ada, Ya'ila, Mana, Ha'arataza, Wa'ashakwa, Atha, Kal, Panaya, Ha'adama. Verse 7. Wayadatzah, Yahweh, Allahayim, Atha, Ha'adam, Ipara, Mana, Ha'adama, Wadapaka, Ba'apa Yawa, Nashamath, Hayam, Waya, Ha'adam, Labasha, Lanapatash, Chaya. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1 in the English. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 2. And on the seventh day, the Most High ended his work, which he hath made, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work, which he had made.
Now the earth, the heavens, the water, the creatures is all created. The people are on earth. There's men and women walking around, living alike, and just, you understand, the earth is done. And on the seventh day, he rested. Now he's just watching. He's just seeing what is happening with his creation. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. And the Most High blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work, which the Most High created and made.
Meaning what? The last day, the seventh day, is the day that the Lord made for us to be a Sabbath, for a day of man to rest, which is why it's nonsense that people go to church on Sunday. And as if Sunday is the first day of the week and not the seventh day, not the last day in which the Lord had rested and made to be a Sabbath unto us. Keep going.
Verse 4. These are the generations of the heavens and of the earth when they were created, in the day that the Lord, the Most High, had made the earth and the heavens.
You know, that these is how the earth was made on the first day, the second day, all the way through the sixth is how the Lord did this spectacular thing that we live on today called creating the planet Earth. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 5. And every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew.
So now the plants and the herbs are growing on the earth. Keep going.
For the Lord, the Most High, had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground.
So now, what is it saying here? There was not a man to till the ground. Meaning what?
It's like, sir, there was no one to take care of the earth, to reap.
Now, does that mean that there was no people on earth?
La.
How do you know that it doesn't mean there was no people on earth?
It's like, sir, if I may, because in the previous chapter, we know that man and woman was made.
Yeah, so we know people was there, but there wasn't no man to till the earth. Keep going.
Verse 6. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. Verse 7. And the Lord, the Most High, formed man of the dust of the ground.
So now here we get into the creation of Adam. Now, the reason why there was no man to till the earth It's because the Lord, like the people who was living on earth were just like animals. You understand? They had no, what's the word? Discernment. They didn't have discernment or cognition. They didn't have the ability to know what was right from wrong. And so they were just on the earth. How do you know that there was no difference? Because of course we all know Adam, and we know that Adam was given the law. Well, man and women were created on the earth like oxen and dogs, all alike, created on the face of the planet Earth. We live in the same place. What would have been the difference between Adam and the oxen?
It's like, sir, his dominion. It was
two things, right? Adam, of course, being created like the Most High, humans being created, mankind being created in the image of the Most High, meaning that we have the capability to know right from wrong. We have the capability of having discernment. The other difference is that Adam was given a law. He was given what to do and what not to do, which is why animals still do the exact same thing they did the thousands of years ago when the earth was created. And humans have changed and have evolved through Adam because Adam was given what to do and what not to do.
That's right.
So now he knows you have to till the earth. You have to plant the seeds. You have to do this. You have to do that. Otherwise, it'll just run wild and you'll just live in jungles. And this is not how the Lord wanted us to be living. And so the Lord found somebody who was in a low state and he brought him up from the dust. You understand? From that low state, keep going.
And breathed into his nostrils the breath of life.
And he gave him the law. He gave them how to live, the same breath of life that Christ taught the disciples,
right?
Which was how to live in this jungle, how to live in this hellhole that you living in,
right?
You understand? Because the absence of a law is the abundance of death,
right?
You understand? Keep going.
And man became a living soul.
And man became a living soul, meaning what? We now knew how to live, whereas before we knew what? We just constantly was just dying. You ever see that show, 1,000 Ways to Die?
Right.
That was us. Why? Because some idiot probably thought he could fly off a cliff. And because he didn't know the law of gravity, he jumped and he died. He surely died.
That's right.
Some idiot tried to put his hand inside of a damn mouth of an alligator. You understand? And he died getting mauled by an alligator because we didn't have no discernment. We didn't have what was right, what was wrong, who we should sleep with. I mean, the incest had to have been ridiculous.
Good night.
And because we didn't know that it was against God's law to sleep with your sister or to sleep with your mom or to sleep with another male or to sleep with an animal and bestiality. We didn't have these laws. And so all we did was die from disease,
right?
And kill each other and kill our babies and eat our babies. We were doing all kinds of wicked things, man. That's why you get all them shows like you watch Lord of the Rings and them dwarves and them barbaric, this nasty looking deformed people.
Right.
Yeah, that stuff was happening because you take a person born from incest and he has deformities and he grows and then he sleeps with another deformed being on that lives right next to him and then they go sleep with their mother. Yeah, you're gonna have a tribe of people running around that look like you in a Wrong Turn movie or something like that. You understand? And that's what was happening. But the Lord wanted man to live, man. Lord wanted man to grow and to create the things that you're seeing on earth, to create the automobile, to create the farming equipments and the societies and the language and the have a nation and to create a military and a government and have a governing body. The Lord wanted these things to happen, but he had to give life to Adam for these things to live. You understand?
Okay.
Keep going.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna go one more.
Okay. It's the book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 8 in the Hebrew. Wayata I, Yahweh, Alahayim, Gan, Ba'ira'an, Makwa Dama, Makwadam, Waya Sham, Atha, Ha'adam, Ashar, Yatazara. Verse 9. ويتزمك Yahweh Alahayim Mana Ha'ara Ha'da Ha'dam Kal Aitazah Nakamara Nakamadah Nakamadah Namara Watawab Lama'a Kal Wa'aitazah Hathayam Batawad Batawak Hagan Hawa'aitazah Wa'aitazah Hada'aitha Tawab Wara'ai. Verse 10. When the Ara, what is the Ma'id'an, La Shakwa Raf, La Shakwa Tha, Atha, Agan, Wamasham, Yaparada, Wahaya, Alada Ba'al, Walada Iba, Rashayim. Verse 11. Sham, Hashakad, Bayashanu, Haya'ah, Hasayaba, Atha, Kal, Arataza, Hakawa Ya'ala, Ashar, Sham, Haza'ab. Verse 12. Waza'ab, Ha'aratza, Ha'awa, Tawab, Sham, Waba'alaka, Wa'aban, Hasham. Verse 13. Washam, Hanara, Hashanaya, Galakawan, Hawa'ah, Hasawab, Atha, Kal, Aratazah, Kawash. Verse 14. Washam, Hanawar, Hashalasya, Hadakwal, Hawaya, Hawa'ah, Halad, Quadamath, Ashawar, Wahanara, Harabaya, Harabawaya, Hawa'ah, Paraf. Verse 15. Wayakwaha, Yahweh Alahayim, Atha, Hadam, Wayana Kaya Bayan Aidawan La'ibad Washa Mara. That's in verse 15.
All right. Right back at verse 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord the Most High planted a garden eastward in Eden,
Mm-hmm.
and there he put the man whom he had formed.
So now the Lord is giving this man this land, it's the Garden of Eden, giving Adam the land of the Garden of Eden. Keep going.
Come, verse 9. And out of the ground made the Lord the Most High to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight
Mm-hmm.
and good for food,
Mm-hmm.
the tree of life also in the midst of the garden,
Mm-hmm.
and the tree of knowledge of good and evil.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden,
Mm-hmm.
and from thence it was parted
Mm-hmm.
and became into 4 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 11. The name of the first is Pison,
Mm-hmm.
which is it which compasseth the whole land of Havilah,
Mm-hmm.
where there is gold.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 12. And the gold of that land is good.
Mm-hmm.
There is bdellium and the onyx stone.
Mm-hmm.
Verse
Meaning
13.
all of these resources are starting to be grown, right? So you have gold and the onyx stone. Keep going.
Come. Verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of this second river is Gihon.
Mm-hmm.
The same is that compasseth the whole land of Ethiopia.
So now this river goes around Ethiopia. Keep going.
Come. Verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of the third river is Hiddekel.
Mm-hmm.
That is it which goeth toward the east of Assyria.
Mm-hmm.
And the fourth river is Euphrates.
We know the Euphrates River even to this day. You understand? So these rivers are now surrounding this area that's in the land of Eden, which is over in the Middle East. You
Okay.
understand? Somewhere, right? Keep going.
Come. Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord the Most High took the man
Mm-hmm.
and put him into the Garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it.
So now Adam's job was to do what? To keep up the Garden of Eden, to keep up this land, meaning
That's right.
to till the earth, to water the trees, to water the plants, you understand, and so on and so forth, to make sure that this land didn't turn into a jungle.
That's right.
All right? Keep going. Or is that it?
Yeah, that was it. Verse 15. Good.
All right, for time's sake, we're going to end it there. And then, all right, so usually now we would shut up.
Yeah, Shab. And Sar, turn to face the
We're
east.
not turning yet. We would blow the horn. We don't have a different reader, so we wouldn't have the wine. We would blow the horn again. And then we would salute the Torah. Every man, every brother in the school would salute the Torah. We can't do that just yet because we're still working on getting the Torah. But once we get it, at this point, everyone will step up and salute the Torah.
Okay.
After we salute the Torah, we will, of course, blow the horn again. After we blow the horn, then you have everybody.
Sar, turn to face the east.
Majim, like,
Slightly. Majim.
Mhm.
Sar, turn to face the east. We get the Lord's Prayer. Okay. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malafuka. Taba'ah. Batazayika. Hayah. Aisha. Barataza. Kawa. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathaniel. Lacham. Kal. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawafinawa. Kasalaknawa. Kawafinawa. Wala. Taba'ayah. Taba'ayanawa. Banasayawan. Abal. Habashayanawa. Mayan. Rai. Kaya. Laka. Hamalak. Hawaya. Hawallah. Wahal. Wa'ataparath. La'ayawalam. Alman.
In the English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
Thy will be done
In earth.
in earth
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day.
Give us this day
Our daily bread.
our daily bread,
Forgive us our debts.
and forgive us our debts
As we forgive our debtors.
as we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation.
into temptation, but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for the power.
Okay. This is the power. Yahweh Ba'Hashem.
Yahweh Hashem.
Yahweh Shah Baba Kashah.
Yahweh Shah Baba Kashah.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel.
Hakak.
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 Lara Parah.
Lara Pa'ah.
Kal Maka'al.
Kal Maka'al.
Wakal Madawa.
Makal Madawa.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lata'ar.
Lata'ar.
Ha Matazarayim.
Namatazarayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Lahakwayim.
Lahakwayim.
Hamathayim.
Hamatayim.
Hakak.
Hakak.
Al Rakah Wath.
Al Rakah Wath.
Ha Atamala. Atama'ala.
Hatama'ala.
La Garashan.
Garsha.
Ba'Hashem.
Ba'Hashem.
Yahweh Shah.
Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of
The
disease.
power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the
The
lepers.
power to raise the
The
dead.
power to raise the dead.
The power against unclean
The
spirits.
power against unclean spirits.
To cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Prayer for destruction.
That would be 121, sir.
Blessings.
Oh. Come. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Maki Allah?
Why Miyaka Allah.
Why Ahaliyan?
Why Ahali.
Ma'atazabayah?
Mata Azabayah.
Alawap Yahana?
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapyu?
Halawapim.
Ha Saranyum?
Ha Saranyim.
Ha Kwatazayoyim?
Ha Katazayoyim.
Ha Koyoyoyim?
Ha Koyayoyim.
Ha Akwathian?
Hawa Akwafim.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem?
Yahweh Ba'Hashem.
Yahweh Shah?
Yahweh Shah.
The water Aman.
The water Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you,
And
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shah.
And Yahweh Shah.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commander General Yahana.
Commanding General Yahana.
The generals.
The general.
The captains.
The captains.
Officers.
The officers.
Troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
In the name of Yahweh Shah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalms 121.
Okay. The book of Psalm 121. Asha Ayanya.
Aisha Ayanya.
Al Harayim.
Al Harayim.
Ma'ayan.
Mayan.
Yabah.
Yabah.
Izarah.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Asha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'arataza.
Arataza.
Al Yathan.
Al Yatan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Ragalika.
Regalika.
Al Yanawam.
Al Yanawam.
Shamarika.
Shamarika.
Hana.
Anah.
La'a.
La'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'a.
Yana'ah.
Yadashan.
Yashan.
Shawamar.
Shalomar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalika.
Tazalika.
Al Yah.
Al Yah.
Yamyanka.
Yamyanka.
Yawam.
Yawaman.
Hashamash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Yayarak.
Wayarach.
Balayal.
Balayah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamara.
Yashamar.
Makal.
Makal.
Rai.
Rai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Atha Napashka.
Athana Pashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazakatha.
Tazakath.
Waba'aka.
Waba Aqua.
Ma'aitha.
Ma'aitha.
Wa'aid.
Wa'ai.
Alawam.
I will long. In the English. I will lift up mine eyes.
I will lift up mine eyes
to the hills.
unto the hills,
From which cometh my help.
from which cometh my help.
My help cometh from the Yahweh.
My help cometh from Yahweh,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in
From this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
Psalm 83.
Okay. This is Psalm 83. Alahayim.
Allahayim.
Al-Damaya Laka.
Al-Damalekah.
Al-Tarak. Harash.
Al-Thakarash.
Wa'al Tashakwat.
Wa'al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kaya Hana.
Kayahana.
Hawaii Wabayaka.
Awabayaka.
Yahama Yawan.
Yahama Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al Amaika.
Al Amaya.
Ya'ira Yawawa.
Ya'ari Yawama.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Waya Atha.
Wayata.
Ya'itazawa.
Ya'atazawa.
Al Tazapawanka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Marwa.
Al Mara.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakawadium.
Wanakawadium.
Magawa.
Maganu.
Lo Yasakar.
Walas Yasakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Abada.
Awada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawat Atazawa.
Nawat Tazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakarawa.
Yakharawa.
Alayak.
Aliga. Aliyaka.
Bayarath.
Bayarath.
Yakarawath.
Yakarawath.
Ahaya.
Ayla.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wa Yashamai.
Wa Ashamai.
Aliyah Yum.
Aliyam.
Ma Wa'aba.
Wa Ma'aba.
Hagarium.
Wagarium.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Wa Amayawan.
Ma'amayim.
Wa Amanawak.
Ma'amayalak.
Palashath.
Halashath.
An Yashabaya.
Nashabaya.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Yashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Amam.
Ha Yawa.
Hayawa.
Zarwai.
Zarwai.
Labanya. Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Selah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Aisha Laham.
Ka Madayan.
Kamadayam.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kasaya Sarah.
Kayaban.
Kayaban.
Banachol.
Malacho.
Kayash.
Kayashwan.
So it's like Kawash once, like
Kayashwan.
Nashamadawa.
Nashamadawa.
Bayan Dara.
Bayan Dara.
Hawaya.
Hawaya.
Daman.
Dema.
La Dama.
Ladama.
Shayathama.
Shayathama.
Nada Ya Mawa.
Nadad Na Yad Mawa.
Karab.
Kerab.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabah.
Wakazabach.
Wakazabah.
Wakazajal.
Wakazazol.
Manai.
Manai.
Kal Nasawayama.
Kal Nasamayama.
Ashar.
Aisha.
Amarawa.
Amaru.
Nayasha.
Nayasha.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Ath. Nawath.
Nawath.
Alahayam.
Alahayim.
Alahaya.
Alahayim.
Shayamath.
Shayamath.
Kalagagwa.
Kagal.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya. Lapanya Rakwa.
Lapanya Rakha.
Kaash.
Kaash.
Tabaira Yaira.
Tabia Ira.
Wa Kalabah.
Wakalabah.
Talahat.
Dalahat.
Harayam.
Arayam.
Ka Thamawarpa.
Ka Dalarapa.
Basairuka.
Basarika.
Waba'as. Wabasa.
Waba'as. Wabasa. Wathaka.
Wapakath. Taba'alam.
Daba'alim.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ah.
Panayam.
Panayam.
Kalawan.
Kalawan.
Waya Basarawa.
Wayam
Bakwashwa. It's like it. Waya Bakwashwa.
Bakwashwa.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Yabashwa.
Yabashwa.
Waya Balawa.
Waya Balawa.
Aidiyai.
Aidi.
Waya Kabarva.
Waya Kapara.
Waya Abadwa.
Waya Abadwa.
Waya the Iowa.
Waya the Iowa.
Kaya Atha.
Kaya Atha.
Shubka.
Shubka.
Yahawa.
Yahawa.
Labadka.
Labadka.
Alawan.
Alawan.
Al-Kaha.
Al-Kaha.
Adaratiza.
Arataza. In the English. Keep not thou silence.
Keep not thy silence.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo.
For lo.
Thy enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee.
And they that hate
Have
thee
lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
Have taken crafty counsel.
They have taken crafty counsel
Against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
And consulted against thy hidden one.
They have said.
They have said,
Come. And let us cut them off from being a nation.
And let us cut them off from being a nation.
That the name of Yasha'Allah
In the name of Yasha'Allah
may be no more remembered.
may be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee.
They are confederate against thee.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom
And the Ishmaelites.
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab.
of Moab
And the Hagarenes.
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal.
Gabal
And Ammon.
and Ammon
And Amalek.
and Amalek,
The Philistines.
the Philistines,
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The sword
Assur
is also joined with them.
is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They are hoping the children of Lot,
Say Lot.
Salah,
Do unto them
do it to them
as unto the Midianites.
as unto the Midianites,
As to Sisera.
as unto Sisera,
As to Jabin.
as to Jabim,
At the brook of Kasam.
at the brook of Kasam,
Which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They become as dung for the earth.
They become as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Arab.
Make their moan was like Oreb
And like Zaeb.
and like Zael.
Yea.
Yea,
all their princes as they buy,
as all their princes as they buy,
and as their Muna,
and as a Muna,
who said,
who said,
let us take to ourselves
let us take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh
the houses of Yahweh
in
in possession.
O my power,
O my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them as the wheel,
as a stumble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burns the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm,
with thy storm,
fill their faces with shame,
fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
and they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
O Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Prayer, prayer for the curses.
Okay. The curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
Oh, it's like it's like
Oh.
there's no Hebrew.
Oh, okay.
English. It's like a prayer for the curses. Blessed are you, Yahweh,
Blessed are you, Yahweh,
King of heaven and earth,
King of heaven and earth,
and all things living.
and all things living.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
in the name of Yahweh
in
Shah.
the name of Yahweh Shah,
Listen to us now,
listen to us now,
right now.
right now.
Send evils and curses,
Sends evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishment and destruction,
and death to
and-
the heathen
and death to the heathen
that speak against us,
that speak against us,
thy prophets,
thy prophets,
the teachers,
the teachers,
the princes,
the princes,
the priests,
the priests,
the Israelite brothers,
the Israelite brothers,
and the school.
and the schools.
Send evils and curses,
Sends evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishment and destruction,
and death to the heathens,
death to the heathen,
and shake loose
and shake loose
the pockets of the rich
the pockets of the rich
of Israel
of Israel
that refuse to give to the school,
that refuse to give to the school,
force their riches
force their riches
to enter into thy sanctuary.
to enter into thy sanctuary,
Send evils and curses,
sends evils and curses,
and punishment and destruction,
and punishment and destruction,
and death to the Edomites,
and death to the Edomites,
and the nations,
and the nations,
and their drug dealers,
and their drug
the
dealers,
court system,
the court system,
prison system,
prison system,
Planned Parenthood,
Planned Parenthood,
all the governments of our enemies,
all the governments of our enemies,
Amalek synagogues and armies,
Amalek synagogues and
Roman
armies,
Catholic Church,
Roman Catholic Church,
the Pope,
the Pope,
Islam, Christianity,
Christianity,
Egyptology,
Egyptology,
militia,
militia,
Ku Klux Klan,
Ku Klux Klan,
Aryan Nation,
Aryan Nation,
skinheads,
skinheads,
Posse Comitazi,
Posse
the
Comitazi,
gay
the
movement,
gay
the
movement,
lesbian
the
movement,
lesbian movement,
spies,
spies,
workers of witchcraft,
workers of witchcraft,
NASA space programs,
West Space Program,
Army, Navy,
Army, Navy,
Air Force,
Air Force,
Marines,
Marines,
Wall Street,
Wall Street,
open up the internet
open up the internet
and the airwaves,
and the airways,
the cable access channels,
the cable access
and
channel,
the radio
the
channels.
radio channel.
Convict the spirit
Convict the
of
spirit
any of thy people
of any of thy
that
people
seek to stop us
that seek to stop
and
us
bring swift death
and bring swift
to
death
all the heathen
to all the heathen
that stand in the way
that stand in the way
or try to stop
or
us
try to stop
from
us
broadcasting your
from
words
broadcasting your words
throughout the planet Earth.
throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the terrorists.
Let loose all the terrorists,
Cause them to go to and fro
cause them to go to and fro
through the earth
through the earth
and destroy.
and destroy,
Cause the terrorists
cause the
to
terrorists
come against America
to come against
and
America
destroy them
and destroy
in
them
their strongholds.
in their stronghold.
Let America shake
Let America shake
at the hand of the
at
terrorists.
the hand of the terrorists.
Let Yahweh Shah,
Let Yahweh Shah,
Michael and Gabriel
Michael and Gabriel
come down with the flying saucers.
come down with the flying
Kill
saucer
all the heathen
and kill all the heathen
that come up against us
that come up against
as
us
we speak thy
as
word.
we speak thy word.
Call it to be known by all
Cause it to be known by all
that it is the angels
that is the
that
angels
have done it.
that have done it.
Call it to be spread through the media
Cause it to be spread through the media
throughout the whole world.
throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause them to shake at thy
In
coming.
the name of Yahweh Shah,
In the name of Yahweh Shah,
thank you.
thank you.
Always.
Always.
So be it.
So be it.
So,
Son,
this time we blow the horn. Of course, we don't have it.
okay.
So then you would take over and you just salute everyone out.
All right. Sar, turn face teacher.
Everybody's always still standing.
Okay.
And you would tell the sisters.
Sisters Yashab. Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute unto the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Bashim Yahshab Rakatah,
How about you now?
Yajimata, class dismissed.